Thank you for joining us. Well, it's the first day of spring and spring break for many Treasure Valley schools. And while ski resorts aren't ready to call it quits for the season just yet, they are reflecting on the challenges they've overcome during an unusual winter season. Our Katya Stepovic checked in with some of Idaho's resorts to see how season turnout has been during a pandemic.
There were a lot of things that so many of us couldn't and still can't do during this pandemic, but hitting the slopes wasn't one of them. And it turns out many Idahoans took advantage of that.
We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if we'd be able to stay open. We didn't know exactly how we'd operate under COVID guidelines.
But a pandemic?
It was fantastic.
Couldn't stop Idahoans with powder fever.
It's been remarkable, and people have really rallied and gotten behind the protocols and, okay, so what if I have to wear a face mask? I want to go skiing.
Bogus Basin's general manager Brad Wilson says with limited capacity, social distancing, mask wearing, and no drinking or eating indoors, he was pleasantly surprised to reflect on the season's success. But he did notice some changes this time around.
The whole mask thing, unfortunately, has been politicized, so we had people that didn't want to wear a mask. Some of our profit areas like food and beverage, ski school, rentals, for instance, were impacted, but we picked it up on the season pass side.
It was a similar story at Brundage Mountain, according to communications and marketing manager April Whitney.
We started the season not really knowing what to expect, spent a lot of time on our safety plans and protocols, and just, went into it just crossing our fingers the whole way. Turnout was great. Our season pass support was fantastic. The real place, like everyone, that we saw decreases in our food and beverage operations.
Wilson and Whitney say they saw more locals compared to seasons in the past. Many who hadn't skied in years, but decided to pick it back up.
People really got stoked on ski season this year, and more of the same people showed up more to enjoy the experience over and over again.
And while both resorts had to deal with employee quarantines and staff shortages here and there was no community spread at either mountain, even though the ski season isn't over just yet. Today, the word for them is relief.
Did I believe that we would be sitting here 3 weeks from the end of the season with as much to celebrate as we are? I did not.
The industry itself, in particular in Idaho, did have a very good year, and I think it's an attribute to this area, and it's a testament to how much people like to ski, and it was a pleasure to be able to offer this in a time when we weren't sure we could.
Now both resorts have a closing date of April 11th. At Bogus Basin, Katya Stepovic, Idaho's News, Channel 7.